could feel it in my bones. There was something going on, that shit of doubt hanging around. God, oh.
Hi friends, it's me, Nikki here, and fall is in the air, and I'm excited to start jumping on little spaces in my home to refresh for the fall. I like just taking a drawer day and refreshing it. Simply looking at the drawer, seeing what I can declutter, cleaning it out, and resetting it for the fall. And so as you can see, this is my tea drawer, and I have this little inexpensive IKEA insert here, but I don't have custom inserts. And the tip that I want to share with you basically is that try to find inserts, even if they're not the right size for your drawer. If you get something that is the same color as the interior of your drawer, you can make it look custom. So I'm going to show you how I do it here. So you see how I sit the insert in the center of the drawer, and then I have the two sides that then become a little deeper and it starts to look custom, and it's great for those taller items. So let's reset my tea drawer. Now, got to pull everything out. I encourage that so that you can wipe things out. Drawers, no matter what kind of drawer it is in your kitchen, I bet you if you lift out your insert, there will be some type of crumb or dust or something. So we definitely want to take a minute to give it a nice wipe down. You know, the more you stay consistent with this throughout your home for the seasons, the easier it gets. Like this took me no time to refresh. Now, once you have everything wiped out, it's about then rebuilding. So as you can see, I'm putting the insert back in, and look, it does give that custom look. And this is definitely not a custom insert, but what it does is it allows me to have additional categories. I like to curate with the tea drawer a collection so that it's not an overwhelm. I don't just have a bunch of different teas that are just kind of overwhelming the drawer. And so you all know how much my favorite tea basically is Tea Forte tea. I love the loose teas. I like the tea bags, but this is my collection here of the loose teas. And so when I'm putting them back in, I'm putting them in the order of the fall and the winter towards the front, and then the more springy teas will go towards the back. These little things do make a difference, and also I love just kind of refreshing because it gives you the opportunity to get rid of anything that's expired or anything that you no longer want, and just to do a mini decluttering that takes no time. So as you can see, by sliding the insert over a little bit, I've been able to give a custom space for my loose teas. I was gifted these teas not too long ago, so I said, you know what? They are going to be prominent in my tea drawer, and for the fall, it'll be perfect because it was like a set, and it was a great combination of like the lemon and orange, which is also a great tea, or also the Earl Grey and the black tea. So if a guest comes over, they can open the drawer and easily see the tea and get what they want. So that's the key to that. I do have a tea box with like my Christmas teas and other teas in it that I keep in my surplus tea caddy in my surplus cabinet, and I'll show you that when I do my kitchen tour. A quick tip when you're stacking tea bags or any type of packaging like this: because the weight is on the bottom, they will tend to slide when you stack them. Simply cut it in half, turn one side upside down, and that balances out the weight, and then they will stay stacked without sliding. And that way your tea drawer always stays, looking good. So that's just a quick little tip there. Again, just reverse one half of the pack, put it on top, and that balances out that weight, and so it won't slide off of each other as you open and close the drawer. So you can do that with anything that is a packet style kind of product. Now then I'm going to simply put my honey sticks in there, a must-have for your tea drawer, and then also my little spoon here to kind of dip out my loose teas, and I also have a wooden one here also. Another tip is when you're putting spoons into the same slot, alternate half of them. This way they all have their own space. I love for my things to breathe and to be able to have their own space. Because the spoon is bigger at the top, if you put them side by side, they're overlapping, and that's how that small little thing make a difference. It's about having your things look like they have a place in your home. So by just turning this to the other side, they each are able to breathe and have their own space. And I encourage you in your tea drawer, put that beautiful little spoon, that silver spoon or something that is going to make it just pop and special. And then I just sit my strainer in here, which it just sits on the top a little bit, but it doesn't affect the drawer closing. And then I have my other strainer here. And then the last thing, I had ordered these little, I can't explain them, but they're like sugar cubes that are special for teas. It's really neat. So I'll just have those in there. That's just kind of like the little specialty item in the tea drawer. So again, everything having its place. And I want guests to be able to open it up, see what they be able to shop your tea drawer. I want to come here in the morning if I want tea and be able to shop my tea drawer. These are my little tea trays. I gave them an area, and I'm very intentional about the drawers. So I have the square ones here. These are specifically for my Tea Forte tea bags, which I'll show you where I'm going to locate these in a drawer in a second. And so the ones right here are for these here. So everything has a purpose. So I'm not just kind of filling the drawer with stuff. All of these things work together. And so it really keeps it so that it's a drawer that functions for me as far as my teas, and I can easily see my collection and pare it down when I need to pare it down. So you see I have this little slot over here, and that was perfect for my Tea Forte teas. You guys know how much I love my Tea Forte teas, and they have their little triangular bag. But what's key is when you're arranging things in your tea drawer or coffee drawer, and by the way, I'll share my coffee drawer in another video. Let me know in the comments if that interests you. And so you want to put things in the same direction because it makes a difference when you overall look. And by doing these things, friends, again, it cuts down on visual clutter. You don't think about it, but you notice it when you do it. And so I have this back spot here that is perfect for my Tea Forte little sugar and creamer sets for my tea, and they are going to fit right here. It makes it easy for them to get to, and it's right on the other side of the little tea trays. They're all in their same area together, and everything fits seamlessly. So in the end, the drawer feels like something that I really custom made, or I was intentional about getting the right size of the drawer insert. But no, it's an insert that really wasn't the size of the drawer, but because of how I arranged it, I made it feel like it was really something that was custom made, or something like it's fit for that drawer, and it really isn't. So friends, now that I have the tea drawer reset for the fall, it is rewarding, and now I'm ready to kind of jump on a larger project, maybe a DIY project, and it gives me that boost of motivation. But I will definitely want to come back and share with you different drawer tips. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. So the living room has not quite been finished off. I haven't put artwork on the walls and that kind of stuff. And one thing that I wanted to do first is I wanted those faux beams, because I'm trying to give this house a little bit of a cottagey feel. I've been loving seeing faux beams, and I saw this company called AZ Faux Beams, and I fell in love. So I reached out to them actually and asked them if they would work with me to get beams in my home, and they were so gracious, so amazing. The process was so simple, and I went with this Magnolia Cappuccino colored beam. Their beams are not the heavy wood. It's very more cost effective, and it really is easy to install, and Mike and I were able to do it, and it's lightweight. You don't have all that heavy weight on your ceiling. The beautiful thing about it is their distribution center where they ship the beams from was actually only 25 minutes away from me. I was like, that was meant to be. So Mike and I, instead of them shipping our beams, which they do ship your beams to you in the US, but we just went and picked ours up because it wasn't far. I was so excited this day when I went to go get the beams, because I had just been envisioning, as I've been waiting for them to be ready, kind of where or how it would look. And so this was an exciting day. As you can see, I have my sample up there because I was just trying to visualize kind of having that warmth up there. But the first thing we had to do is kind of line where the beams were going to be placed. And so Mike, he brought out his laser so that we can kind of see where we needed to position the beams. We went with 2 beams going straight across in this direction here. I felt like that would work best for the room. I didn't want it to feel too heavy, but it's just a big white wall up there, and I wanted to warm it up. And so you see how lightweight it is. It was super long, but it was easy for Mike and I to carry ourselves. It's not wood, but it has that beautiful, it looks like wood, but it really isn't. It has the texture, the color. You can get them in so many different colors and textures to fit your style. I wanted something that really was going to bring that warmth up high. And then I have like, down below, I have a tray that really balances this. I really, really love that. But installation is just about kind of cutting your angles, getting your measurements first, then cutting your angles, and then kind of installing with blocks. Really simple, definitely a home DIY project. But if you feel like, I can't even do that, Nikki, you can always call someone in to do this part for you. It really is a big bang in your home. I'm so obsessed with my beams. I absolutely love it. So Mike and I, we had to bring out the scaffolding because the ceilings are so high, and also the tall ladder. He would get on one side, I would get on the other. And what we're doing here now is we're just getting our measurement. We want to make sure that we get the right measurement so that we can cut our angle to actually mount out the beam. So I'm on one side, I'll get my measurement. He's on the other side, he'll get his measurement, and then we'll bring it down and we'll cut the corners so that we can just perfectly align it on our ceiling. And I can already see right now the warmth that it's bringing up high, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I'm going for that kind of just warm, cottagey, relaxed feel in our home. I'm loving putting those, still keeping some neutrals in the house, but loving those blues and putting other little colors in there that you'll notice with the greens and yellows. So it really just is feeling really nice. And so now that we have our measurement, we've kind of leveled it out, made sure it was going to be level. The beams are installed, and I'm obsessed. I love it. I love it. I love it. It looks so good. Thank you to AZ Faux for working with me to get these beams in my home. I will link them down in the description box below. This was so exciting. I just was so excited to get this project done. This is that basket that's on the ottoman on my sofa that I told you that just kind of bring the color of those beams down low. I'm going to do a video in the living room when I get it all put together for you. So I'll take you on that journey also. But friends, look at that. I absolutely love it. So if that's something that you're interested, it's a quick and easy way to really transform your home and just add some wow factor to it. So like I said, I'll definitely link them below, and I thank them for collaborating with me on getting beams in my home. So the other thing that I have just been doing, friends, is just kind of updating little pillows here and there. I found this one here with the little pumpkins on it, a little subtle look. My blue guest room, I added in these yellow pillows that I had from my sofa in our old home. You remember I used to keep these on my sofa in the old home, along with moving baskets around from the other parts of the house into the guest room to warm it up. And that's the thing I've been loving about having the blues in my home. Blue, it coordinates with so many different colors, the reds, the greens. You can put any color with blue and it seems to do so well. I also bought my stuff from outside, my metal tray from outside that has the navy blue stripe. You guys remember this? Put it in the guest bedroom. Not spending any money, but able to move things around to refresh my home for the fall. You know, it's just about kind of decluttering, refreshing, and it really feels good. So I have just started this process, just doing little things here and there. But if you're interested in seeing more of these videos where I take you on the journey of me just kind of doing my little fall prep, getting ready for the fall videos, let me know in the comments, and let me know what are you working on in your home. I would love to know what you're working on, and definitely go over to my Facebook, and if you have pictures that you want to share, I would love to see them over there. I'm at Home with Nikki everywhere. Definitely click that subscribe button before you leave if you enjoyed this content. I hope that you all have a beautiful day, my friends, and don't forget to check out my friends at AZ Faux Beams, and I thank them again for working with me on this. Have a beautiful day, my friends. I will see you at the next video, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.
I could feel it in my bones.